What's going on, y'all? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. This week, we're breaking out the Ancestry Anthology again for the Reflection Versatile Heritage. If you're liking what you're seeing, like, subscribe, ding the bell. This one's really good. I can't make that shit up. It's but stay caught up with all your stuff, though, for now. Let's dive in. Okie dokie. So, on planet Earth, God, I don't even know where to begin with doppelgangers, things that look like us but aren't us. Throughout storytelling, tabletop role-playing games, fantasy, so on and so forth. God, in this case, maybe it's better to just discuss terms. Yeah, let's do that. So, let me start over. Okie dokie. So, on planet Earth, the concept of the uncanny valley, it permeates a lot of things, both in storytelling and just like creepy dolls at the store. A relation between an object's degree of its resemblance to you and I and the emotional response based on it. Oftentimes, again, things like dolls or prosthetics or like zombies and things come up. Now, imagine, if you will, you have a really good friend who you know absolutely 100% for a fact is right-handed but has a scar on their left cheek, and then you meet them and you know it's them. It's gotta be, right? Were they always right-handed? Why are they holding their pencil in their left hand? Was that scar always where you thought it was? And here we have the reflection. In Pathfinder, they can come from a lot of things. Everything from dark side mirrors to messed up rituals. The wizard left the clone in the Clonomatic 5000 for a little too long and it got sentience, but in any case, reflections appear almost 100% just like their progenitor. The difference being, if they came out of a mirror, their appearance is often reversed, or perhaps for the polymorphic oopsie-doos, weird tattoos, weird birthmarks, but other than that, a near perfect copy of someone who already exists. But what does that look like mechanically? Reflection is a rare, versatile heritage. When we take it, we gain the reflection trait, and we don't need to attempt deception checks to impersonate that person we look like unless we talk to their friends, significant others, or friends of their significant other who know something about them that we don't know. What you see is what you get on that one. For our feats, we have a bunch of lineage feats depending on, well, from whence you sprang. First, the Clone Risen can temporarily suppress their sentience. It's dissociation in the Ancestry, that's dope. As a reaction once per day, if they would take mental damage or be affected by a mental effect, they gain a +2 circumstance bonus to will saves and resistance to mental damage equal to their level against that effect. It applies only to the initial effect, but not anything after. That's not bad. Seeing something scary, somebody yelling at you, dare I say, is fear being caused, just shut down for a second. That's healthy. The Mirror Risen walked forth from the mirror of opposition, gains the Mirror's Trickery reaction. Once per day, if they would be hit by a strike, they automatically create an illusory duplicate at the last moment. The attacker attempts a DC 11 flat check. On a failure, the attack hits the duplicate, which changes a result from a crit success to a success or a success to a failure. That's real good. That's a one-shot displacement, or at least in terms of attack degree of success alteration. That's not bad. The Morph Risen tried to alter self into a human and got stuck somewhere. But they did get a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against transmutation effects, and if they succeed on saving throws against hostile morph or polymorph effects, they critically succeed. Instead, eat your heart out, baleful polymorph. Progenitor lore gets you trained in deception and occultism, as well as a lore corresponding to the ancestry that you look like. And once per minute, Warped Reflection. For one action, you shift your appearance to resemble a creature within 30 feet, but with an uncanny twist. What a twist! Though the transformation is momentary, witnessing it freaks people the fuck out. And they have to will save against class or spell DC, or become frightened 1 or 2, and stupefied 1 as long as it lasts. They're temporarily immune for 24 hours after, but that's, whew, spicy. Really though, that's, I like that. That's really cool. And once per minute means you can use this like every encounter. You can loop that in really satisfying ways. I'm using that in this week's min-maxing for fun and profit. I gotta do it. On to the level 5 stuff, Mistaken Identity. Once per minute, when you are about to attempt a saving throw against a mental effect, you can convince yourself that the effect that was targeting your brain was meant for the person you look like, which lets you shrug it off. You roll with advantage on the save, but you're frightened one. But you probably didn't die to a really bad mental thing. That's net better with a debuff that falls off. That's, wow, this Ancestry is legitimately quite good. Reflective Pocket for the Mirror Risen can store one item of light bulk in a small hand mirror, which they carry around and use as an extra dimensional storage space. This feels a lot like the Soul Sliver from 1E. I really like that. You can interact with the mirror to pull something out of it. While an item is stored there, the mirror reflects the image, but you do get a +2 circumstance bonus to stealth checks to hide the thing unless someone checks the mirror's reflection. Replicate allows the Clone Risen to cast Illusory Disguise once per day as an innate occult spell, but they cast it as a morphing transmutation effect as you just quickly play with the Play-Doh that you are, and off you go. The Morph Risen can also, for one action, warp their likeness. If they hit a creature with a melee strike on their last action, they can temporarily fuck up the other guy's body to look like theirs. God, ooh, I hate that. I'm gonna stab a dragon in the leg with my sword, and then that leg is instead a human arm. That's, ugh. Toy Story called. They want Sid back. The target makes a fort save, which either makes them Clumsy 1 till the end of the next turn, or Clumsy 1 till the end of the next turn and Sickened 1, or Clumsy 1 for a minute and Sickened 2. I really like the way that reads. And Sickened as well. Mirror Refuge for the Mirror Risen. When you're within 5 feet of a mirrored surface. I wonder how many GMs will allow a lake for this. This allows you to use mirrors like meld into stone. Weird that you can't see outside the space of the mirror, but creatures outside can't see or hear you, so we'll take the win. You've got this for 10 minutes, but if the mirror breaks, you take 10d6 damage. And you can dismiss this when it's time to start the surprise round and jump out in front of people. Will he find an Ancestry feat for this Ancestry he doesn't like? I don't know. 2 truths for 1 action lets you mess with your thought processes, making a split identity so you can lie under Zone of Truth. Stop. I can only take so much good. When you cast Humanoid Form or Illusory Disguise with Unyielding Disguise, to alter your appearance, the spell's duration is 2 hours, but this makes you drained 1, continuing to drain you up to a max of 6 hours. Malleable Form for 1 action, assuming you can cast at least 1 polymorph spell, which has multiple choices of battle form. You can, switch from bear to shark. Wow, it knocks its duration down by 1. There's a lot of give and take in this Ancestry, but whew. Form of the Dragon, geez, I picked the wrong one. We need fire now? Shit, alright. Mirror on the wall, what's the best Ancestry of all? Fucking this one. Redirect Attention, auto counteracts scrying checks using the higher of your spell or class DC, and forces the effect to target your progenitor instead of you. Here's hoping they're still alive, right? Then lastly, Reflect Foe. Lets you cast Duplicate Foe once per day as an innate occult, and then at 20th it's heightened to 8th level. Okay, so that's all really good. Good God. Not only does this have amazing roleplay potential, seriously, if you've been at any of my homebrew tables at all, you've met an alter ego. Some of you might even be aware of it. I really like this concept a lot. And you can do so much with it. It's like playing a vigilante, but having that part of you in Ancestry as opposed to in Archetype. God, if you were also a vigilante, you've got too many identities. Man, you're gonna need extra, roleplay cards for all the myriad parts of you, which is dope. Where would I play this? Where wouldn't I play this? All of these are, I don't know what I like the best. They're all so good. Mirror Refuge looks really cool for rogues. Warped Reflection just feels like an auto fire on. Reflective Pocket is the coolest parlor trick I've ever seen in my life. Warp Likeness can attempt to counteract. Man, if you cast that on somebody who's already under a morph effect, holy shit. Yeah, I'm building around this. As soon as I get a chance to play another 2E character after Saruk, I'm going all the fuck in, and I'm doing a psychic on this. Right now, I gotta drop everything. This is literally the coolest thing I've ever seen. That's all the time I have. What do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. Tell me your favorite example of the Uncanny Valley throughout all of media and why it was Data from TNG or that kid who pretended he was an android to hide his emotions. Man, I got sad. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.